Hello, Tracy here. Happy Sunday afternoon. Today I decided to sit outside in nature and just appreciate everything. Everything that I have, everything that I am, mostly everything that I've overcome. Just appreciating everything. Also reflecting on what I went through and who I went through it with. You know, people will see you when you're young, before you have it together, when you're still confused, when you're still just coming out of a pretty rough childhood, not knowing which way is even up, which way is even down. And they'll look at you and they'll make a judgment about you, not remembering that they were once young too. So it's a thought that they just keep in their head about you for years. And because they have that thought in their head about you, and it's something that they don't want to shake for years, they don't want to be around you. Because they have just that one thought about you. So when they are around you, after several years later, they only have that last thought that they thought about you. Remembering and know are two different words, and they have two different meanings. Remembering is you remember how someone was when they were whatever age and whatever stage they were in. But knowing, you don't know if you haven't been around them, if you haven't spoken with them. You don't know where they are presently at. So the judgment that you make about them in the present is false. Because you're making a judgment that you made about them in the past, of who they were in the past and who you were in the past. Because one thing is for certain, two things for sure. You've changed, and they have too. So you think that you know them by remembering a thought, an idea, a prejudged notion. But what you did not know is all that time that you did not spend around them. They were in their incubation period. They were in their growing closer to God period. They were in their hermit mode. They were in that isolation. They were in their peace. They were getting to know themselves, who they were, but most importantly, getting to know God. That's what they were doing. But what were you doing? I mean, were you still going around talking about them of how they used to be, of what you remember that they were? Because that kind of gave you like an adrenaline rush. Oh, it's like, oh, to bring it up, to bring up the old past, to bring up the old skullduggery, to bring up the stuff that they used to do. Let's talk about them. Let's bring them down. Let's give them this poison down their throat. Let's never, ever, ever forget. So you didn't. You stayed. You stayed stuck in the past. You drank that poison. Because when that cup was offered to me, I was so busy doing me, working on me, that I was like, I'm good. I got my own drink. I got my own tea. But you guys enjoy all of that. And like the fools that you were, you drank it. So while you made this judgment, this preconceived notion, this idea, this thought, even voiced it over and over and over and over and over again to the masses, you forget that while you were talking about the way that you remember me, and by the grace of God, I was able to hear everything that was said. But you were able to say enough, just enough, so that today I got to the point that now I will always remember you. You know, joy, happiness, and love, they're all an inside job. It's not from the outside. It's truly and only the inside. Anything else is fake. Anything else is shallow. Anything else can be taken from you. But happiness, joy, and love, never. Especially when they start with you. You know, it's like people think, how does she know that? How could she say that? How could she see that? How could she be so sure about that? And it's because I'm so tapped into my emotions. And anytime I'm in the presence of anyone, it doesn't even have to be the physical presence. It could be on the phone. It could be anywhere. We're connected by emotions. People don't think that emotions connect us. They think that emotions separate us, but they don't. They connect us. When you're tapped into your own emotions, to your own spiritual being, knowing who you are, knowing who you serve, knowing who and only who you follow. The big G-O-D, the one and only. You feel differently. You just don't feel differently, like, hey, today is a great day. You feel differently. You know, I sat there and I watched people that I loved, that I adored, that I fought for, that I prayed for, that I sacrificed for, and was willing to sacrifice my life for. I watched them. They backstabbed me for them. It hurt. I cried. I was sad. But God said, get up. Go into the bathroom. Look into the mirror. I want you to extend your right hand. Slap yourself over your motherfucking face, and then take your left hand and slap it over the motherfucking face too, because I've been showing you about these people and how they actually truly feel about you. And it's not about you that they feel this way about. It's about the truth that you represent. It's about the fact that they cannot trick you. It's about the fact that you see them for who they are. It's about the fact that they cannot push you no more. It's about the fact that they see the star in me. It's about the fact that I just can't do this no more. Not even another month, not 2, not 3. It's about the fact that God has taken a hold of me. It's about the fact that I feel as sturdy as a tree. Ooh. And it's about that fact. Yes. Ooh, I'm trying not to preach. But it's about the fact that God got a hold of me. So no matter what you want from me, it's about the fact that God's got something better in store for me. So whatever you've put out there for me, those ugly looks, those mean thoughts, those ugly, vile words, it's about the fact that I am too high for that bullshit to touch me. And you know what happens when it doesn't touch the intended target? That bullshit goes back to the sender. It's about that fact. You know, one of those people, when he grows up, when he really thinks about it, when he really realizes, when his perception and his perspective alter just a little bit, he will see that he has a gift presented to him at birth. A gift. Because at any point, he can choose himself. He can start over. And he can have the family he truly wants to have. And he can be the leader that I feel he is intended to be. I gave him a kingly name for a reason. Not for him to act like a prince. And definitely not for him to act like a Prince of Peace. You know, my grandmother passed when I was 13, and I started having dreams with her when I was 14. And that was such a blessing. I felt connected. I felt loved. I felt guided. I felt protected. And even now, she still comes to me in my dreams. Happiness is such an inside job. And I've been working on mine for almost 56 years. And on my 56th birthday, I'm claiming it. Finally. Finally free. So this Father's Day, my birthday, I plan to be busy. I know I'll be busy. I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to be free. Thank you.